Okay, so it's now time to ask some questions of what I'm doing. So the first question that I have to ask is, okay, so when I look at it, I have to ask myself, what's the trend? Okay, so that's obviously what I'm doing. Even if it's range, if it's even if it's in a trading range, I have to ask myself what? I have to ask myself this question. What is the trend? Okay, so if for instance, if it's range bound, it's going to be range bound here and here. So let's say it bounced off here and it's here. So I'm asking myself, so, okay, what's the trend? Well, the trend is going to bounce off here and it's going to go up that way. It's going to go up to the resistance area, bouncing off support. That's the trend. Then I trade based on that premise, okay? And I have to absorb whatever it is. So that's the first question that I need to ask for that question, okay? So now let's say it's going up. So I'm asking myself, okay, so what is the trend? It looks like the trend is going up. Okay, then I have to ask myself, okay, then it's a trend. So where's the entry point? Okay, I have to ask myself, where's the entry point? Okay, so when I ask the question about entry point, okay, so when it goes up like this, what I've noticed is that as soon as I get in, it'll just reverse. So I have to weigh carefully what the next question is okay, where's my entry point? Okay, so I've identified where the trend is. Now, where's my entry point? Okay, so let's say there's a little slight pullback, okay, when it's going up. Then am I waiting for a pullback to occur, or am I able to just get in based on what the candle is doing? So now, so far from what I've seen, I have not clearly defined, substantiated the criteria for me to enter without a pullback. So there's a couple ways of entering it. Okay, so one of them is if there's a pullback and then it's doing a Zeus kind of a setup, then I can get in and then ride it up and I could set the stop loss and things like that. But if it's going up like this, then what indications are there? What is it doing that tells me that maybe I should wait a little bit before I enter? So that's something that I need to consider. So the first question is, what's the trend? Where do I enter? Okay, so where do I enter? Then I have to ask myself, okay, so where's the stop loss? Where's the stop loss going to be? Okay, where's the stop loss? Okay, where's the stop loss for a pullback as it's trending up? Then I can say, okay, if it hits the lowest candle where that wick is, then I can set it for there and then expect it to go up. If it goes below there, then the chances are I don't want to be in that trade. Okay, so it could hit my stop loss and keep going up, but that's something that I don't even want to find out. So the other part is, let's say, so that's the second part. One part, and the second part is when it's in a trading range, when I enter at the bottom where the support is, then right on the other side of the support, I can put a stop loss there. And then if it hits that, it's done. The trade is done. I move on to the next trade. Okay, so that's it. The second part is, okay, so now what is the risk that do I want? What size risk do I want? So when I ask that question, I'm trying to figure out okay, so how much can I gain, but also how much can I lose? Because it's based on the size is going to determine how much I'm going to make, but it's also determining how much I'm going to lose. Because when I do that, then I look to see where the stop loss is going to be, calculate what the risk size is, and how much can I afford. Then I can answer that question. The other part is, okay, so where do I want the profit target to be? Okay, I can just arbitrarily put it somewhere, but I don't know if it's going to get up there, but I have to figure out in a certain way, okay, where is the next resistance? Okay, what is the candle doing, and where is the next resistance that I see? Then I set it right below that resistance and say that's the profit target area. Now, now that I've decided in pretty much everything about the trade that I'm making is, and that's one of them. The other part is, okay, so let's say it's moving to a certain area before it reached the resistance area, but it looks like something new is occurring, and it is creating some sort of a resistance by itself by showing some sort of a pullback kind of thing. And am I willing to absorb that pullback, and how much am I willing to absorb that pullback, or am I willing to just get out of it before it hits a profit target? So that's the question that I need to ask myself every time I'm making a trade. So these are the questions that I need to ask.